G'day there. Joe Garner might well become a hero of sorts in Britain. He's the first banking boss. He heads Nationwide, isn't the bank, to offer to take a pay cut after the Bank of England wrote to all the major banks and suggested everyone take some sort of haircut. Like so much of what's going on now, this sort of thing is being made up as we go along. I mean, the pay cut call has become a sort of an industry all over the world. The Fletcher saga here has been the one to ignite the most reaction, of course. A lot of calls for MPs to take pay cuts for a combination of reasons. One, many are at home doing seemingly little. Two, they're part of the state side of the economy, the side that isn't overtly being affected by the lockdown and general economic hit the rest of us are having to take. Sport has had the issue for a variety of reasons, of course, mainly because they make their money doing something they can no longer do, so therefore there is no income. So by the time you mix in all the scenarios and examples together, it's like so much of this, basically, it's a bit of a mess. You also have to factor in the envy part of it. Some want those who earn good money to take a cut just seemingly for the sake of it, and a bank boss would be right up there, wouldn't they? Unfortunately, the rationale, if there ever was any, has gone flying out the window, as it's far easier to simply make the call to cut pay than it is to explain it or justify it. Now, for some who don't like well-paid people at all, the rationale appears to be little more than you can afford it. So in other words, as long as you've got the price of a bag of groceries, why do you need any more? And then we come to the specifics of the cut and what it tangibly achieves or doesn't achieve. Now, in sport, it's easy to argue, of course, it's survival. The rugby union here handed over $2.5 million, and given you only have what you have, you make it last and you spread it around. But what about those that are open and trading and, heaven forbid, actually doing well? I mean, the bloke running the bank will have never been busier. These are dramatic, uncharted times. Skill, experience and gonads have never been more heavily relied upon. He or she is more than earning their crust, aren't they? If someone who doesn't actually have to take a cut takes a cut for nothing more than a goodwill gesture, whose goodwill are they garnering and for how long? I mean, I suppose how long's a piece of string? I mean, if the Queen moved to her least luxurious castle this week to deliver that message, do you feel any differently about it? If the gesture has no real tangibility, it doesn't save a job, it makes no material difference, we enter, do we not, into the world of virtue signalling. Joe Garner may or may not take his cut, but either way, little of anything changes, which makes the whole maelstrom around it little more than a sport.